Hello guys, and welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to teach you lovely people how to make a very powerful hair growth oil using just 2 natural plants. So if you're looking to learn how to produce your own hair growth oil from the comfort of your home, something that will nourish your hair, then just keep on watching because this video is as detailed as possible. Welcome back guys. So the first plant we're going to use for this hair growth oil is obviously neem leaves. So these are what neem leaves look like. I know that sounds cliche, but a lot of people have entered my DM to ask me what neem leaves are. So in case you don't know what the leaves look like, pay close attention to this video because these are what neem leaves look like. And then the next leaves we're going to use are papaya leaves. These are papaya leaves, also known as pawpaw. So in case you're wondering, because people have asked me whether papaya is the same as pawpaw, so they are one and the same. So let us carry on with the rest of the video. So I went on ahead to pound the leaves, and in here I have 1 cup of neem leaves. As you can see, this is 1 cup and I pounded them. You can blend if you wish to, but I just somehow prefer pounding my leaves whenever I want to infuse them into some oils. And that is 1 cup of neem leaves, and over here I have ½ cup of papaya leaves. Obviously the neem leaves are more than the papaya, and that was what I was going for. So I have 1½ cups of both neem and papaya leaves, all pounded. You can blend if you want to, but in case you choose to blend, make sure that you do not add any single water to it. Just blend them the way they are. So in my bowl here, I'm going to just turn over all the leaves in there because this is the bowl we're going to use to make the oil. So my neem is there, and now this is my papaya. You can notice that neem leaves have a brighter green shade of green, while papaya leaves are much darker than neem leaves. So you just go ahead to mix everything together so they are all well combined, and then we can move on with the next step. This is what it looks like, all mixed together. So let us carry on guys. So for this hair growth oil, I'm going to be using 2 different oils, and the first one I'm going to use is coconut oil, as you can see, and the next one we're going to use is extra virgin olive oil. And I'm going to merge the 2 because I want the greatness of 2 of these oils into my hair growth oil. And I have ½ cup here, and I'm just going to measure in the coconut oil into this ½ cup to pour into the leaves. So I've gone ahead to measure ½ cup of coconut oil, and I'm just going to pour that into the leaves in our bowl. So coconut oil helps prevent a dry and flaky scalp. It prevents hair breakage and split ends. It adds softness to the hair. It moisturizes the hair, and it stimulates hair growth. And then in this 1 cup, I'm going to measure extra virgin olive oil and add it as well into the leaves. So olive oil is high in antioxidant content, and it helps maintain scalp and hair health. It prevents the hair from cell damage. It nourishes and also conditions the hair at the same time to improve its quality. Olive oil reduces hair breakage and prevents dryness. It also improves the quality of the hair and helps it grow much stronger. So as you can see, I added the 1 cup of olive oil into the leaves, but that wasn't enough for me, so I'm going in with another ½ cup of olive oil. And the idea is just to make sure that the leaves are completely submerged into the oil. Make sure that the oil is much above the leaves and everything is well submerged. And even at this, I was still not satisfied with the quantity of oil that was here, so I went on ahead to add more extra virgin olive oil, as you can see right now. So that is all for the oils we're going to use. So next thing, we are going to use a double boiling method for this oil. So I just put on my stove, you can put a pan or a pot with water in it, and then put in your bowl of oil so that the heat will gradually infuse the leaves into the oil. And make sure that your fire is not too much. Let it brew on very low heat, medium to low heat, and as it heats up, the oil will just, the leaves will get infused into the oil, pardon me. And while you're doing that, make sure you always stir it as you go. Just keep stirring it gradually. At first the leaves are going to seem quite rigid, but just keep on stirring gradually until you're going to see that the color of the oil will change, and even the leaves, the color of the leaves are going to change. Right now it's still early, so it is very much still just infusing, and you can see the oil is still yellowish. There's nothing has changed about the color of the oil, so you just keep going until the moment you see that the oil turns greenish, and then the shade of the leaves will also turn pale green. It's going to look really pale, and that is when you know that it is okay. So for now, you just keep stirring it until you see the color of the oil begin to change. So there's actually no specific time limit for you to do this. All you have to do is just look out for the signs I mentioned, and right now, as you can see, the oil is beginning to look greenish, even though we are not there yet. But you can see from the spoon, the oil I'm going to scoop now, you can see that the oil is a bit greenish right now. So after a while, at this point, it is okay. Our oil is well, our leaves are well infused into the oil, and you can see how greenish this looks, and the leaves have kind of settled at the bottom by itself, and making it easy for me to be able to fetch the oil well. So you can see how greenish this is, and this is what you want. So at this point, it is completely okay. You can also see that the color of the leaves have changed. They are not that bright green anymore. It looks pale and so soggy, and that is when you know that it is okay. So right now, all you have to do when you get to this stage, all you have to do is just take it off of the heat, as you can see me do now. I've turned off the heat, and I'm just going to take it out from the hot water and let this cool down completely. You're going to have to let it cool down so it will be easier for you to strain it. So just take a look at how greenish this looks. The oil is so green, and I just love the color. I just love the color. You can look at that. So while we strain the oil, I'm just going to run you guys through with some of the benefits of the leaves we use today, and we are going to start with neem leaves. So neem leaves have a number of benefits that keep your hair game going strong. Some of its plentiful benefits are the fact that it takes care of dandruff and itchiness of scalp. It stimulates hair growth, it prevents premature graying of hair, it repairs dry and split ends. So if you're fed up of rough, dry and frizzy ends, then neem leaves are for you, because it hydrates the hair strands and increases the volume of the hair, and it conditions the entire hair from roots to tips and prevents dry and frizzy ends from forming and leaving it conditioned and soft. So moving on to the benefits of papaya leaves, it controls dandruff, it conditions the hair, it loosens build up, it promotes hair growth. So papaya leaves support hair and scalp health. So the application of papaya oil greatly improves hair growth and scalp health, as it is rich in nutrients and antioxidants that are beneficial for hair growth. So you guys can see now that I've already started straining the oil, and I'm using my muslin cloth. You can use whatever filter that you have, and I'm obsessed with how well this oil came out. I mean, it is so good to look at. The color gives me a whole lot of joy, and you can just see that. I mean, this is so satisfying to watch. I was so pleased with the oil. So you're just going to use your hand to squeeze your muslin cloth until you get out all the oil that is trapped in there. And while you squeeze, make sure you don't squeeze too much so you don't get some water into the oil, because as you squeeze, you begin to notice that all the oils have come out, and the ones that are left in there come out with some water, and we do not want that water in this oil because we are using it as a hair growth oil. And no matter what, you're still going to see some content of water in there because we used fresh leaves. They were not dry, they were all fresh. So you're going to see some water there, but that water is not needed in the oil. But in case you want to make your hair butters, then that water is very much needed because it makes your butter fluffier. So this is the quantity of oil we have, and I'm just going to transfer that into my jar. Guys, just look at that. Look at how greenish our oil looks. Almost looks like it's black. So this is it. I made a very big batch because I have completely run out of hair growth oils. So I made this in this much quantity so it will serve me and my daughter for a very long time. And this is what we have. I still have some extra in the bowl on the side, and that contains a little bit of water at the bottom, so I just stopped at this point so I don't end up pouring the water into the jar. I'll just take my time to strain this oil, to turn this oil into something else, to make sure that I don't have some water in there. But I'm going to leave the bottom part of the oil. As you can see, I went on ahead to squeeze the leaves in the filter into this tiny bowl, and this contains more water. And I'm just going to set this aside for when I want to make my hair butters. And you can see that there's some water at the bottom and the oil is just suspended at the top. I don't know if you can see that. And this will be good for when I want to make hair butter with this oil. But that is that, and that is all about today's video. I hope you guys learned something from this. On this other side, you can see that there's water settled at the bottom as well. So I just went on ahead to pour the oil into this jar, and it was full, and turned everything in the bowl into the small bowl. So that's all about today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you think in the comment section, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.